Hello everyone. I thought I'd come back and put this on at the beginning of my video. This will be Flosstube number 29. Uh, all about cross stitching. This is kind of a long video, and but I want to tell you all at the beginning that I do have a giveaway. That if you hold off to the end, you'll see what it is, and I think you'll want to hang around for that because it's a pretty nice little thing. But anyway, I said on there I wasn't sure when I would be making another video, maybe next week or so. And if I don't make another floss tube, I will at least come back at the end of the, probably a week, about a week later, and do the giveaway so that y'all can have, the person that wins can have what I've got to give away. Anyway, I just wanted to tell you that at the beginning so you would know that there is a giveaway. And, of course, all the rules apply that everyone tells you so. But anyway, you all have a good night, and I hope you enjoy the video. Bye-bye. Hi, this is Debbie, North Carolina Stitcher, coming at you on August the 25th, 2020, with another episode of my stitchy life. Today, I'm going to show you what I've been working on, which has been quite a bit actually, because somehow I started doing Arbitrary August. I didn't even mean to. So it's an accidental Arbitrary August. But I love it. Anyway, this year has been one of those years, actually since the last Stitch Mania in 2019. I didn't do Stitch Mania then. I have not done any joining up of any kind of, things like that since then. I didn't do Stitch Mania this year. I didn't do Jolly July. I had no intention of doing Arbitrary August. But I do have the app, Tiny Decisions, on my phone, which I had, when I got it, I went ahead and made a wheel with a bunch of whips in it, a bunch of my older whips. Well, for some reason, I guess I was watching Stitching Mommy, and I saw her spin her wheel, and I thought, I could spin my wheel just to see what I can work on. Maybe I can work on something I hadn't seen for a while. Well, the first day, I was hooked. So what I've done, since I started, the first 2 days of August, I didn't do any stitching. The third day, I did stitch on something, and then the next day, I started spinning my wheel. And I work on, what I spin, I work on 2 days. So I'm going to show you what I've got there. And then I'm going to show you some haul. It's not a lot of haul. I've got a couple things that I haven't got yet, but it's a little bit. And if I have time, this video doesn't run too long, then I'm going to show you what my plans are for the sampler I plan on working on, and for Sampler September. I'm going to make a wheel for that, and I'm just going to enjoy my wheel. But anyway, first of all, I'll show you the whips that I worked on. Before I spun my wheel, I decided I want to work on God in My Garden, which is a stitch along from Tempting Tangles, which I really want to get this finished. And I got that part done right there. Worked on it one evening. So that is what I've got done there. And so I've got the next one. I've got like 3 or 4 more stitch alongs of hers. 3 I just recently bought. One is called God in My Heart, which is a companion to this one. Honestly, I can't remember the other ones. But I've got them. And they're started. All 3 of them are started now, so. But I haven't started them. But anyway, I'm going to go in the order in which I actually stitched on these. So on the first night that I spun my wheel, I got them all in this box right here. I spun Patchwork, which I worked on this not too awful long ago. This is by Jan Houtman, and this is what it will look out like when it's finished. I love this. I've loved this ever since I started back in the early 2000s. I'm not sure. But anyway, when I got this pattern, I ordered the Vicki Clayton conversion, and this is a real filmy, thin type linen. I'm not sure the count. It might be that Weddington linen I got from Martina Wienberg. I've actually thought about restarting this. I'm doing this 1/2, and it looks okay, but I'm not really, I don't know. I can't decide. This is what I've got done though so far. I worked on the gray, and I put these in, this part of this gray here. That's what I've got done so far. I mean, I think it looks really good. If you can see, it's kind of hard for me to see. You can see how, well, I think it's actually doing, it's covering pretty good. So, that's what I got done on that. I worked on that for 2 nights. I ended up putting in 478 stitches over the 2 nights. Now, the next one spin, I've been thinking about working on this one because it was really close to being finished. And my wheel spun it the next night, and I finished it. It's called, this by the Sunflower Seed, is called My Soul is Fed. I just had the letters, this little doody-dad thing here, and the inside of this border to do, which is still quite a bit of stitching, but I got it done, and it ended up being 683 stitches. This is what it took to finish it. I did a conversion of Vicki Clayton's hand-dyed fibers in the premium silk, which is thick enough to use 1 strand over 2 on, this is 28 count Monaco. And I love this. I don't know if you can see that brown that is. It's got a really lot of nice variegation in that brown, in that pot. I really like her threads. So that one's done. I gotta finish. Yahoo! So that one's ready to do something with. I forgot how much I really enjoyed stitching on Monaco. That was always my favorite fabric, even weave fabric. And I hadn't really used it much in the last few years, but yeah, that's pretty nice. And here is another one that I actually stitched on Monaco. And it's called Hindi 1778. This is a scarlet letter design. It's a small sampler. And I did this with Carrie's Creation Cherry. It calls for some kind of silk. And I worked on it 2 nights. It wouldn't take a whole lot to finish this. But that's what it looks like. Oh, this is also on Monaco. I think it's on the other part of that piece of fabric I did My Soul is Fed on. So, I enjoyed that. That one I put in 642 stitches. I've got organized this month. I don't even know what to think about myself. And this is Long Dog Samplers, Le Jardin de Pleasure. That's basically my garden of pleasure. And I'm doing this on 25 count, 1/1, and I'm using Sulky. And I do believe this is a Monaco also. Okay, there's how it goes. I got the cherries done, I got all this part done, and this part done. 1/1. Wait a minute, this is, I think, no, this is 22 count. That's what it is, 22 count. And I did 539 stitches on this one. Okay, the next one is one I really, really love, and I really enjoyed stitching on this. This is Pink Sparrow Sampler by Brenda Gervais. Maybe you can see it without me taking it out of the package. This is what it's going to look like finished. A lot of people have done this. I'm doing this with the Call for Threads. I think I changed a couple of them because they were little light. Or little, I mean, they faded in with my fabric a little bit. The flowers, I changed that one and that one because they were just about the same color as my fabric. And this fabric is a 40 count. This is from Victorian Motto sampler. This is her fabric of the month. I got it a year or so ago. I wanted to try her fabric. I never tried it before, And so I had her send me a small piece of it, and this is a 13 by 18 piece. And I want you to know I loved stitching on this. So I went and joined her fabric club. I know I shouldn't have done it, but this is my my favorite linen to stitch on. So that's what I got. Well, I ended up doing 502 stitches on that one. And I could definitely go back to this one and work on it some more. Okay, then I spun Without a Mouse by Blackbird Designs. And I don't know if I have the pattern in there. I mean, I got my working copy. I don't know if I have the, yeah, here it is. It's one of these little ones. I mean, the pattern's it's small, folded up. And I started this, I think I started on one of Stitch Manias. I think it was the one in 2018. And I started on this Ada. That's what I got done. But I did not realize that some of the words are over one. And I do not want to do over one on Ada. So I restarted it on this Dime for Cross Stitch 32 count. And I think it's a gel balloon. Yeah, I've discovered I really don't care for gel balloon. It's too soft and squishy, and you got to be really careful on your tension or you'll, but that's what I got done. So it looks pretty cute. And so that was a restart. Ended up doing 587 stitches on that. So that was a lot of fun. And it's just for DMC 310. I don't want to not put these where they belong. Forget to put it up, and then next thing I know I can't find it. Okay, Colonial Flowers Revisited. This is the very first time I tried linen. I mean, a 40 count. I thought, well, I'm gonna try this to see if I can do it. And this is by it says Sandra Sullivan. Oh, Homespun Elegance. Well, this is 40 count with gassed threads, I think. Weeks. It's got Weeks, Dye Works, some sampler threads, and a DMC. And this is what I got done. Which I had part of it, but I've got quite a bit. I can't even remember exactly what I got all the rest of this flower done. I had part of it, like up to here. I did that, and I got that part of that done, and the letters. So, excuse me. I want to drop everything. So there's that one. I did 449 stitches on that. And that's on the Swigart Mallow that you get from 123 Stitch. So, but if I'm going to do it, I need to do it on something inexpensive that, won't be out anything that much if I didn't like it or if I couldn't see it well enough to do it. Okay, this one is Three Things Sampler by Maura Blackburn. I started this on one of the Stitch Manias. Here's what it looks like. And I'm doing this on a, I think it's an 18 count Ada. I got all the inside part done and most of that. I just had just a little bit of this done. So it's a big sampler and there's a lot to it. So that's going to be a job to do that one, but it was pretty fun. And that is 656 stitches on that. Getting close to the end. Then I started, I spun again, and I got the Quaker Mystery Sal. And this is a Stickting von der Weenberg Sal from back in 2018. No, 2008. I don't have a picture since it's a stitch along. And There's 18 pages of it, and I had 6 of them done. It's a Quaker sampler, and I've been wanting to do this one for a long time too. That's the it's kind of a long one. And I did, well, well, gotta go further than I think. I did the blue and the yellow motif. Now, on this blue one, I had it done to about right there. About a third of the way done. Or not even that, maybe a quarter of the way done. And I have the thread in my bag, the same thread I was using, and it didn't look right. It looked, you could tell where I had stitched before and where and where I started. So I went ahead and tore out what I had done before and redid it. Now the yellow is not noticeable, but you can't really tell it. I didn't have much of it done either. But I ended up doing 566 stitches on this. Which, you know, I finished her big Verlinden sampler last year. I'd love to get this one done, but I don't know if I'll get that done this year or not. Now, this is one of my oldest whips. It's called Heirloom Treasures by the Cornell Collection. And I've actually been thinking about this one too for a while because I've been wanting to finish it up because, you know, there's not a whole lot to it left, but there it is, and this is it on a different color. It's made in a different way. And the middle part right there is messing up, but I was able to get it stitched without a problem because I almost had all that part done, done past that. I ended up putting 913 stitches in this because I want to get this done so badly. And I'm leaving it out because I'm going to finish it up before. I'm not going to put it up again. I did this whole flower pot and that one there, so I got to put those in there. I've got the flowers to do on that, and the vine and the flowers to do at the bottom here, and then that's it. It's done. And then I don't know how I want to do it. It would make a cute pillow, but I don't know how to make a pillow. So I could look at some tutorials, or maybe find somebody that can do it for me. Anyone know anyone can do it for me? I'll pay you. Just let me know. Alrighty then. And that was really, really fun. And last night, I spun and I got this one. This was Cross Stitch by Verbena. This is another Mania Start. It's called Small Christmas Sampler. I just had very top, just that line done on the top. And I ended up putting in, I don't know how many stitches I put in, about 500. No, about 300. No, it was 2 something. I did all these and this little line here. But it's getting kind of late when I did this because I didn't get started till kind of late. So this one gets one more night. And I'm not sure what I'm going to stitch tomorrow because I don't have my phone here. I'll put it down somewhere and who knows where that one is. But anyway, that's what I've worked on so far this month. And I'm really quite pleased with the amount of work I've gotten done. So the next is going to be my haul. Now I haven't got a lot, but I do have some. First of all, I got my threads from Victorian Motto. That was a long time coming. I got a shipping notice on them, and then a week or so later, she sent everybody an email saying that, you know, it's still showing that it's waiting, even though they had the packages, and it's floating around out there somewhere. She said that if we didn't have by a certain date, that she would, by the 15th, that she would redo them and send them to us. Well, from the experience I had with silk weavers, I thought, well, maybe I'll wait a little longer. So I waited until about the 18th, and then I checked it, and I did have it was on its way. So that way she didn't have to replace it. This is Night Violet. Kale Squash. Old Cameo. It's a very light pink. Neon pink. Now that don't look too neon, but it's pretty. Orange Berry. Time for oranges, you know, like those blue lace. You know, doing some pumpkins and stuff. Hilltop Plateau. And that's not nearly that green. Oh, Lordy. It's still too bright. It's not that bright. And here is Electric Blue. I love blue. Rainbow. It's not that bright either. Here is Fire Flower. Neon Green. That's pretty close. And Blushed Cream. So that's the 12 of the limited edition. This is not the, she has limited edition and primitive. Now the primitive are supposed to be like sampler type, but they're just a little bit more muted colors. But even for samplers, I like colors that aren't muted. You know, so I've been getting this one probably. I got the muted for like a year, and then I've been getting these for probably a couple of years. But I do use them, so I'm not really feeling bad about that. And then I went on, I was watching Flosstube, can't even pronounce it, Ardith Designs. Can't remember what she said her name was, but she was showing some thread. She got some sulky thread, and it was not the blendables, and it wasn't the cotton. It was the acrylic. And she said that it's kind of like it's 12 weight, and the cover is much better than the cotton, and it's kind of almost like the wool that you get from Gentle Arts. So I thought, well, I'm gonna try a couple of cones of these. So I ordered these 2 cones. The cone has let's see if I haven't told you how many yards is on here. I thought it did, but maybe not. I don't think it's, it's not like the big cone. It's a small cone. It's about 2 inches. So I'm going to try these out and see how I like them. They got a whole bunch of different colors. I don't know if they got any that are like variegated or not, but they have a lot of solid colors. Okay, and this right here, I blame Lori from Mischievous Stitches for this one. I've been watching her stitch this and watching her stitch this, and so I had to go on the website and buy this. It's Southern Land by Alforce Embroidery. That would be good for my sampler September. It's kind of a samplerish type thing. Well, I did place an order from 123 Stitch. I got a few things, but I was looking at my samplers. I mean, some of my patterns the other day that's just on my table over there. Not counting the ones that's in my box. I was thinking, oh my gosh, why am I still buying any patterns at all? But I'm stupid. Here is Hands Across the Sea samplers. The Mary $3.95. It's $18.69. I didn't get thread for that. I haven't decided. I do have some hanks of red, or I can use the DMC. I can't decide. I just don't think I want to put a lot of money in silk. And then I saw this Praiseworthy Stitches. It's Oh Holy Night, and I really like their samplers like this. They're fun to stitch and they're pretty. So, and here's one that I waffled back and forth on for a long time. I could not decide whether I wanted to buy it or not, because this is a GGR, and hers pictures are of the actual reproduction, and so it's not as nice looking as the ones where people have stitched it. The Red Deer sampler. I saw someone stitching that. I can't even remember who it was now, but I thought it looked so pretty. And it's been on my wish list. I put it in my cart and take it out of my cart. Put it in my cart and take it out of my cart. I finally said, heck with it, and I'm going to get it. And then this is one that I've tried to get that I put in my cart, and then when I went back to buy it, it was out of stock. So, but it's the Teresa Kogut land that I love. And I really, really like that. Will I ever get it stitched? That's what I don't know. And I was able to get the thread for my Pandemic, the blue that I was wanting from Threadworks. I was able to get the 5 skeins. And I'm going to do that. I got a little bit more of just cream 40 count. A couple of pieces of 40 count. And so that is almost on my haul. And do you remember my last video? I cannot talk today. Words are just really hard for me. But anyway, my last video I showed you the hand-dyed fibers by Vicki Clayton, where she had dyed some fibers and some silks, and offered them to us because she'd found some old silks. Well, when she was going through her stuff, she found some cones of silk, and she decided to open up her forms again and start dyeing the old silk, and then see where it went from there, that maybe she would start dyeing silk again. Well, I have never actually, whenever I ordered from her, I always ordered like for a sampler, like I did ordered for Quaker Gone Tropic, Patchwork, a couple of other ones that I just ordered the conversion for. And then I was in her Thread of the Month Club. Well, there's a mini form where you can go in there and you say, you want this color and you want so many minis of it. This is a mini. And it's bigger than the regular micro. It's got, I think it's got 25 yards. Yeah, 25 yards of the 6 strand. This is the 6 strand. You can get it at a single strand, 150 yards, or the 6 strand of 25 yards. And so I went ahead and got this one. This is OMG Red. I've got some more that's been called, and you have, the way it works in the form, whoever posted it, then after 10 have been claimed, then she'll die, because 10 is basically like a hank. So she's dying again, so I am really happy, and I'm hoping she comes back out with a Thread of the Month Club, because I would really, really, really want to get in on that. Okay, I'm 26 minutes in. Do I want to do my sampler September, or do I want to make it a separate video? I don't know. Well, I'll just go ahead and do it. Okay, the first one I'm going to do is, this is a Hands Across the Sea Little Gems. This is called Mary Elizabeth Macmillan, 1869, and it's got When the World Stood Still in 2020. I'm starting this on the 1st of September, and I'm going to try to finish that this year. And these are all PDF downloads. I think they're $10. There's one she has that's $13. I don't think it's this one, but the rest of them are $10. And here's my box of samplers that I'm going to start in no particular order or work on. And I'm going to put all these on my wheel, and I'm going to work on these during the month. Whatever comes up on my wheel, I'm going to work on it probably like I've done this one 2 days in a row. And then I'm going to go to the next one. Now this is another Wienberg, and this is another stitch along. It's called the Clocks Mystery Sampler. I've got a quarter of it done. There's 4 pages in it. I don't have a picture of it since it's a mystery, but I want to work on that one. So it's going to be on my wheel. This is one I started not too long ago. It's called The Little Gift, and this is by Kathy Barrick. And I did this on 40 count country mocha, I believe. That's what I got done, not much. And I used a different thread than what it's called for. It calls for MPIs, I think, or Gloriana or something. Yeah, MPIs. I'm not, no. I'm using Carrie's Creation in Color Cotton. I am not buying that. I've got so much thread now, I just cannot do it. I just cannot do it. This is Agnes Otterson, 1903. I started that this year. And I like to get a little bit more work done on it. I did have to switch out some of the colors. This is on Zweigart Mallow because some of the colors just faded right into my fabric, so I just changed them out a little bit. So that one's on my list. This is Friends House Sampler. This is another Moya Blackburn. I haven't started this one yet. This will be a new start. I like to do that one for my friend. This is a Rose Murda fabric. Under the Sea Fabrics. This is 32 count Lugana. No, Jublin. Ew. Jublin. Got a Jublin from her. Well, it's not the worst thing in the world, but I prefer Lugana. This is I don't even know the name of this one. This is just a Berlin type. This is from Wienberg. I'm not sure the color I'm going to use. I'm going to use a 40 count Vertil from the Silk Weaver called Arabian Desert. I could do it with black, I could do it with blue, I could do it with multicolored, and I hadn't decided yet. I have to decide when I spin it, if I do. This one is Pineberry Lane, Winifred Clark, 1892. This calls for DMC. And I don't think I started this one. Nope, I'm going to do it on Country Mocha. This may be vintage Country Mocha. If it's 32 count, it is. It looks like it. It might be. If it's 40 count, it's just Country Mocha. If it's anything bigger than that, then it's vintage Country Mocha. Here's another. I have like 3 or 4 different Bristol samplers. This is by Quiltify Designs. That thing is huge. It is 472 by 422. I'm doing this on 28 count Monaco 1/1. That's all I got done. I didn't get that needle out of there. Because you know what it is when you leave a needle in your fabric. I normally do not do that. And I'm using Silks for You PR023. Try to go through them a little fast so the video won't be so long. I don't want it to be like humongously long. This is Brick House Sampler, 1831 Brick House by Tree of Life Samplings. Oh, excuse me, my nose. And I've got the call for threads, and I'm doing this on 40 count light mocha, and I do have a small start right there. So that one can use some work. I'm trying to get the stuff together to do to start Lily of the Lilies one from oh my gosh, Heartstring Samplering. I cannot even think of the darn name of it. Something Lilies. Well, I think it's right here. No, that's not it. But I had it over here just a little bit ago, and I was thinking. This is Elizabeth Weston. Now I have this all kitted up. I bought the fabric. I bought the whole thing, I think. Well, I think I bought the chart from what's her name? From Nicola. And I got this from Sassy Jacks. I got it's Wild Honey, 37 count. And they cut it and serged it. And I got all the called for threads, and it's Swat LJ. So I got all of that. It's ready to go. As soon as I, isn't that weird? It's like different colors almost. The edge, it must be the thread she's using. I don't know. It's weird, odd looking. But I'm looking forward to getting that started. And this is a bag. My very favorite bag maker is Mama Joan. And this is one of those out of print Blackbird Designs fabric. Love that thing. This is a bag she made for this sampler. And this is the Harriet Salt sampler, which I bought the kit from Sassy Jacks also. Another Hands Across the Sea. Swat LJ, it takes 2 hanks. And the thread is, a fabric is, I think it's 40 count something. Well, the little card's missing off of it, but that's what I got done. I haven't made much progress on any of these Bristol samplers. But what you gonna do? All you can do is work on one at a time. As many bags as I've got, I still don't have enough for all the darn whips I have. This is Quaker Season of Friendship by Crown and Thistles. Crown and Thistle to Dime for cross stitch. So, you know that shop in Virginia. I'm using Mrs. Sadis Darling. And this is what I got done. This is a silk weaver. 40 count vertical. Not sure what the color. Oh, here it is. I feel so out of sorts. I don't know what's wrong with me. Jamaican Sunset. And this is what I've got done so far. That's beautiful. I love that color, fabric, I mean of thread. So, I'd like to work on that one. This is from, Jan Hicks's fault. So I'm doing this one. And here is another one that's still in a Q-snap. Oh, this is my summer or winter Blackbird Designs one I haven't that I've been working on lately. I've worked on it for a while, but I plan on getting that one finished this year. I've got to get it finished, so I've got a lot of things I want to get done, and I got to get my butt in gear. But I've been stitching, so as long as I can keep it up, that's the main thing. I'm getting close. I'm getting close. This is Blackbird Designs Merrily Merrily We Welcome Spring. I started this this past year. I'm using the Call Forth threads. And I think this is Country Mocha, vintage Country Mocha, or Country Mocha. That's what I got done so far. Not a lot. But once I start working on it, it'll go pretty fast, I think. Blackbird Designs seem like they go pretty fast. I said, where's the darn pattern? It's right there. This is one of those So Much to Love bags. I was actually in the club for about 8 months a couple of years ago. I enjoyed it. It's hard to rationalize spending that kind of money every month though for a bag. Even though I love bags. Here's another one that I got for when I was in her club. And it's got 11 by 8 by 11 Q-snap in it, so it'll hold. And this is the regular size bag. This is from the Scarlet Letter and Grimshaw. And I'm doing this on 40 count. I think this is Country Mocha. I love that fabric. I love that color. And I'm doing it with Swat LJ. And that's my main color. I'm doing it in 2 different colors. I saw this on the group, the Stitch Along group. I saw this colorway and I love it. This is Swattage. I got a hank of each from the Scarlet Letter. They sell them. Those are the two colors. Beautiful. I even started it in black and decided that I'm going to do it with that. Haven't got much more done than I do on the black, but but at least I got the Q-snap loose on this one. The end of it's not on there, so it's inside the bag. But you see, this is her small, the regular size bag, and you know, if you put it in there right, you can get that Q-snap in there with no problem. Yeah, I've been thinking about working on this one for a while too lately. You know, I've been thinking I need to work on that one. I'll say that about all of them though. This is a new one that I just downloaded. I bought and downloaded. It's CIW 1870 sampler or 1780 sampler. I'm gonna do this one. I got the fabric for it. It calls for DMC. I think I'm gonna use DMC. So sometimes you just get tired of trying to figure out thread. Yeah, I know I do. Here is my All Souls Verlinden that I started. You saw how I started. I like to work on that some more. And that's on a 40 count vertical. Let's see, what is this? What is this? Oh, that's one I just showed you. You don't want to see that again. This is Mary Ann Stinson. And this is from, oh, crap. Don't want all my stuff in there. This is from Mary Wynn Farms. And this is done with the wools. And I bought all the wools. And I started it. And it really stitches up really nice. It's kind of weird to get used to because it's kind of fuzzy. But you can't tell it when you stitch on it. It doesn't look fuzzy. Looks really good. So, I gotta work on that. Some more. Hopefully that will come up pretty soon. Oh my gosh. I'll leave that there since I dropped some of my thread. Because I've only got a couple more. This is Roses Blanches, or White Roses, by Reflex de Soie. Reflex de Soie. I started this as a stitch along on one of their groups several years ago. This is on a blue 16 or 18 count Aida with white. And that's what I got done so far. It's really pretty. But this thing's huge. So I've got a long, long, long way to go. But I do want to do it. And let's see if I'm using just regular white or B5200. Let's see what I got. A B5200. Oh, I'll knock you down. My very last one. Now, I'm not sure if I can get out to all these because I don't even know how many I've got here, but this is quite a few. This is Liza Bellcox from Hands Across the Sea. I bought this when the big hoodoo was going on, and I got the Victorian Motto sampler thread conversion. I got the bag, but this is the that mallow linen. I haven't started, so there's no point in even showing you the linen. This is that mallow, 40 count mallow from Zweigart. And so that is all of it. So, if you hung around this long, I've got a giveaway. Now, this one is a special giveaway because it was from a boo-boo I made. I bought that pattern from Hands Across the Sea. And where did I set it? Here it is. Right here. I bought this pattern the other day. When I went to download it to my normal folder that I put it in, it said that it was already there. And I looked and I bought it back in May. The same pattern. Well, I contacted Nicola and told her what happened. And I said, with your permission, I'd like to do a giveaway of this on my channel. I'll give it to one person, send you the PDF to your email, and then that's it, because I bought 2 PDFs. And she gave me permission to do that. She said she'll either give me a refund or I can use it to give it as a giveaway on my channel. And I want to do it as a giveaway. This is it. And it's a beautiful, it's going to be beautiful. And it's, you know, it says, Mary Elizabeth, the verse says, for sin is so sweet as minds ill bent, rarely repent until they meet their punishment. And then on the bottom it has Mary Eliza Macmillan, and then it has her birth date, and then it says stitched when the world stood still in 2020. And she also has, with this, it also comes with the original, what was originally here. Nicola did that, so this is not a real reproduction, because she put that in there to come, you know, to basically mark that this was the year that everything just changed. And so, but the original is in the pattern. So if you'd like to have that, if you'd like to have stitch this, say something about I should have thought about this before I come on here. Make sure that the word gem, G-E-M, little gem, see, is in your comment. You can say, I love the little gem, or just whatever you want to say. But if that's in there, then I can, you know, do the thing and give it to somebody. And like I said, I do have her permission, and because I would not do this without her permission. So that's basically all my stuff, and I'm at 46 minutes, which I should have mentioned at the beginning of the video, because some people probably gave up a long time ago. But I may do, if I do one more video at next week, I may mention it again. I'll see if I do. I don't know if I will or not. I may not. Depends on my schedule, how things go. I've been pretty busy this week, but I have been stitching, so I'm really happy about that. And so I'm excited to get started on Sampler September. And then in October, I'm going to do, probably use my wheel again and do a bunch of dark October stitching. And then after October, I'm going to start on my darn Christmas, but I do need to do some fall stitching in there somewhere. Maybe I'll do some fall stitching next month in October with the Halloween stitching. What do you think? Well, I guess that's all I really needed to say. Got my whips, got my haul. Told you what I'm going to be working on. And I hope this was not too long for you. Well, everyone have a wonderful day, a wonderful week. Do lots of stitching. Wear your mask if you go out. Wash your hands. Social distance. And I just pray that that's going to end eventually. I do have a hair appointment to get rid of this gray up here. I've waited a long time, but I figured, well, I got to do it. So, anyway, y'all take care, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.